And so what is your job in Built to Exit? What's your job? Your job is to run a company that is not only growing and exciting and interesting, but that presents as little risk as possible to future buyers. Because risk equals lower valuation or deal don't happen. Because again, you're thinking about 25 different things that you want to make sure that are considered as part of the valuation or the buy consideration, and your buyer is thinking about the risk-adjusted value, and that is it. So yes, they're thinking about, is it accretive? They're thinking about, will the cultures match? But in most cases, they have a lot to lose because they know that when I bought companies, it's about 75% of what you think you're buying, you actually buy, regardless of how long and deep your diligence process is. So you got to trust the people that you're working with. And you have to take all that in consideration when you're understanding whether or not that deal is accretive. And accretive means that you're making money either immediately or over time. And so when you're talking to buyers, you are talking in their terms. Let me back up. Guys, when you're doing anything in this life, if you're thinking about it from your perspective, you're probably blind. If you're looking at it from the other person's perspective, you have complete vision, the widest aperture possible. And so whenever I'm selling a company or helping someone else sell a company, I tell them to stop thinking about this from their perspective and to step into the full shoes of the buyer. And so conversations go from, wow, my customers are really dope and they're buying a lot of stuff, to, if we leverage my product and your products, we could double revenue for this shared company. Do you see the difference? You're actually taking into account what you believe the aspirations and goals of that buyer is, and you're weaving it into what your company has to offer. And so remember, as you step into this process of Built to Exit, I want you to think about how you understand your competitors, your customers, your future buyers as all potential people who could purchase your company or who could exit your company, and your employees, right? Again, we go back to MBOs and ESOPs. But you have to be thinking about how this works for them first. So it's a buyer first mindset, not a seller first, because great companies are bought, bad companies are sold. And so when you're thinking about how you run your business, you want to be in a position where you're having conversation with people who would buy your company from their perspective so that they come with the idea to potentially buy you. Okay? All right, that makes sense.